Hi, welcome back to Hollie Hobbies. Let's craft an angel wing wreath that can be a heartfelt tribute to a loved one, serving as a beautiful memorial piece. You can customize the center of the wreath with a photo, bow, or flowers that reflect the personality and spirit of your loved one. This project is a meaningful way to celebrate their life and keep their memory alive. Let's explore how to craft this special wreath together. So gather your supplies and let's get started. Hi, welcome back to Hollie Hobbies. Today we're going to do some angel wings on the Dollar Tree heart wreath form. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time. I do have angel wings that I've done, but I did those on the carrot wreath forms and a smaller round in the middle. So I'm excited to give this one a try. And we're going to need some deco mesh, and I just got this from Hobby Lobby. It does have the iridescent in it, and I'm going to use that. I also have some silicone rubber bands. I couldn't find the clear ones, so I'm just going to take the white out of here and use those. You'll need some electrical tape, some wire cutters, some zip ties, and a cutter. You can either use your wood burning tool or your rotary cutter, whatever you prefer. I think I will be using my wood burner tool. I want to make sure these edges are nice and sealed. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is cut out this little middle section here. And you're just going to take some heavy duty wire clippers. You don't want to go too close. Like, you want it to be close, but not, you don't want it to, that bar to come off. So we're just going to go a little bit, so that there's like a little edge there still. And we're just going to clip this little section out of the middle. And I just have some regular heavy duty wire clippers. I know they have some other ones that you can use that would probably be easier, but this is all I have. So you just have to put some muscle into it. And now, see how we have those clipped off, but we still have little edge there. And that way we're making sure that this bar stays intact. And now we're going to cut off the other side. So we get this whole little section out. And I'm just using lots of muscle there, getting this cut. There we go. All right, we could throw those pieces away, and this is what we have so far. And now what we want to do is just gently spread our wings out. Don't want to go too hard because you don't want it to break on you, but we just want to bend them out a little bit just to get that angel wing shape. So now we're going to take some electrical tape and we're going to cover up these little ends here that we cut because we don't want any pokey edges hanging out. And we're just going to take our electrical tape and we're going to cover up these little edges here. Just take our tape, bring it around, and that way we have a nice smooth edge there. And that part doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact, as you hear me say in a lot of my tutorials, because that's what crafting is all about. It's not perfect. It's not exact. Don't need to sweat the small stuff. So we're going to do the same thing on this other side here. And bending the top part down. All right. And now that just smoothed out those little edges there on us. And now we have our working angel wing wreath form. So you are going to see my ring light shadow because I have my tempered glass cutting surface down because I will be using my wood burner tool. And this is 10-inch mesh, and we're going to cut this into 10-inch pieces. So I'm just going to start by cleaning up the edge here. And you can also use your rotary cutter as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start prepping this roll at 10-inch pieces. So we're going to have 10 by 10 squares. So I cut 18 from the first roll. And instead of continuing and cutting this, I'm going to start on a fresh roll and cut 18 off these because I want them to be the first part of the rolls where the wings are going to not curl up on me. And we can always use this other mesh for another project. So I'm going to cut my second roll now. 18, and then we'll have a total of 36. So now we're going to prep our petals, and we want to lay it curl side up, and I have the finished edge on the left and the right over here, and I'm bringing up this finished edge, and I want to place it over that unfinished edge just a little bit. And now I'm going to pinch and pleat straight down the middle to the tip. And once I get to the tip, I'm going to bend these in half. And that essentially is our angel wing. And we're going to take our silicone rubber band and we're going to come down about 3/4 of an inch from the top. And now what we're going to do is fold it in half. And see how when I went over that unfinished edge, see how all as you can see is this nice finished edge. You can't even see the unfinished edge. So let's do a few more together. We're laying it curl side up. We have our finished edge up here and down here. We're bringing the finished edge up over that unfinished edge. So see how I'm covering that unfinished edge with my finished edge on this right side? See how I'm just focusing on that right now. And then now we're going to pinch and grab in the center. And then once we get this point, we go in half with our angel wings. We take our silicone rubber band and we come down about 3/4 of an inch. And then now we take our wings and we fold them in half. And then once again, you see that beautiful finished edge right there. See that? So what we're doing by doing it this way is we're creating that finished edge, okay? And when we add our wings on, you're gonna see that finished edge. So for the first 18, we're going to do it this way. And then the next 18, we're going to turn it so we make sure that finished edge is on the other side. But right now, let's continue with the 18 and do a few more. So we have finished edge on the left, finished edge on the right. We're bringing the bottom up to the right unfinished side, covering that unfinished side with our finished edge, and we're pinching and pleating right to the tip, folding our wings in half adding our silicone rubber band 3/4 of the way down, and then we're folding it in half. And we've created another little angel wing with that beautiful finished edge there. Just like that. So I'm going to continue doing it the same way. And see, I don't like this side because see how it has that little extra right there? So I'm gonna flip it this way so I can have this edge is the edge that I see and not that other side. So I'm going to continue making 18 of these. And then we're going to do rotate our mesh to have that finished side on the other side for the other 18. So you want to just pick your side that you think, your finished edge that looks the best. So I don't like this side because it has the little nubs that are coming up. I don't know if you can see that. So I want this side to be my finished edge that I like, that I want to look at. So you just pick. So like you like this side, then we'll go like this. You like this side, then you go like this. So I'm going to continue to get 18 for this side of our angel wing wreath, and then we'll do 18 with the edge on the other side. So we did all of ours with the edge like that, and now I want to show you how we're going to do the other ones with the edge like that, because we want the edge to be on the other side, and that way we get a nice finished looking wreath when we put it all together. So let's go ahead. It's going to be the same thing. Like normally we would have had it like this, and we would have brought this up to do it this way. So now we're just going to rotate it like that. And now we're going to bring this edge on the left side. So we had this way, we brought the bottom corner up, and we had the right finished edge. Now we bring it this way. And when we bring up that bottom corner, we're bringing up that finished edge. And we're going to do the same thing that we did, but we're doing it on the left side now. So we have our finished edge over the unfinished edge. And we're going to pinch and pleat in the center. So far we're doing it just the same way. Just the way we brought up the edges were different. And we're going to go ahead and add this. And instead of bringing it over this way like we did before, see how that's all unfinished right there? We want this edge to be the side that's showing. So now we're going to fold it in half that way. And now we have that nice finished edge on the right side. And the first ones we did, we have that finished edge on the left side. So let's do a few more with the finished edge on the right. And you want to keep these in separate piles. So we flip our mesh. We have it curl side up. Our finished edge is right here on the left. We're bringing the bottom finished edge up over the unfinished edge. And we're just focusing on that, on this part, not worrying about this other part, because we're not really going to see that. We want to have these beautiful finished edges, which just make this wreath so pretty. Just those little touches like that go a long way. And we want to center it out. Add our silicone rubber band here at the end. And there's our finished edge. So now we're going to fold this way in half. Getting everything nice and even into 1/2 wing. So I'm going to keep moving along with the other 18. And then we're going to add them to our heart wreath. But we're getting all the prep done now, and that will save a lot of time when we start adding them. Just getting all that prep done. So now I have my 2 different piles, 18 with my finished edge on the left and 18 with my finished edge on the right. And now we're going to get ready to start adding them to our wreath frame. So we have 2 different petals, the same petal, but we have our finished edge going, one is going on the right and one is going on the left. And we're doing 18 with them on the right, 18 with them on the left. And very simply, let me do a quick rundown. When we're doing our petals on the left, it's just like opposite of what you're doing. You're doing petals on the finished edge on the left. So if we're doing this style, you want to take your curl side up. You have your finished edges on the top and the bottom, and you want to take the finished edge from the bottom corner going on your right. And then once we do our petal, once we go like this, and we go like this, and we fold it over, we have that on the left. So, and when we want to do it on the right, you're just going to rotate it this way. You pick up your finished edge from the bottom corner and it goes on the left. So just the opposite. The finished edge on the left is going to give you the finished petal edge on the right, and bringing the finished edge on the right is going to bring your finished edge on the left. So just the opposite of what you would think. And this is my last one. So I have 2 piles of 18. We have finished edge on the right. And this is why I do the first half of the 2 rolls, because once you start getting in that second part of your deco mesh roll, it starts getting a little wonky and super curly, and you just don't get these beautiful angel wing petals. They're just going to be a little bit off, and I want it to be just really beautiful with those finished edges. So that's why I use the first half of 2 rolls. So now I have my 2 different piles, 18 with my finished edge on the left and 18 with my finished edge on the right. And now we're going to get ready to start adding them to our wreath frame. So we have our 18 with our edge on the left and our 18 with our edge on the right. If we're holding it this way, if we hold it down, we have that edge on the right and the edge on the left, and we're going to be adding them this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do them together, and whatever we do on the left, we're going to mirror it on the right, and we're going to work our way up around the wreath so everything's nice and even. So the first one, we're going to take our zip ties, and the first one we're going to do right here at the bottom, right as low as you can get it on that middle bar, right above that electrical tape. So we have the one on the left, and now we're going to put the one on the right, and the finished edges are facing each other. And I'm using my new crafting toy. It's called a No Easy, and I absolutely love it. I will have this linked in my Amazon store. It's wonderful because it cinches your zip ties up and cuts them off at the same time. And you can also do your tension different, as tight or as loose as you want it. It's really fun. It almost makes things go a lot quicker too when you use it. So anyway, I'll link that in the Amazon store in case you're interested. So the next two we're going to stagger just a little bit. We're going to go about 1 inch above the top of our other one. So we're just going to go about like so. Get our zip tie on there. And then we're always mirroring the other side. So we're going to take one from our other pile and do the same thing on the other side. And now we have our next ones, and we're just mirroring the other one. So this whole wreath will be nice and uniform by mirroring the other one and doing each side as we go along. And what's nice is you can always move them up or down if you want to adjust them. And you can always look this way underneath to see if they're even. Okay, so now the next one, we're going on the number 1 and the number 3. I always name my bars from the outside going in. We have 1, 2, 3. We're going to preload our zip ties on the 1 and the 3. And now we're going to take 2 from our one pile where they're facing this way. Our finished edges are on the right. When we're holding it up with the top like that, we're holding it like that, the finished edge is on the left. So we're taking 2 and we will place them right in our preloaded zip ties. And we're starting to build up our beautiful angel wings. And then we will add the 2 from our other pile on the other side. And we'll place it just a little bit above that other one. And now we're coming up on the crossbar and we're going to attach them, the next single ones, to this crossbar. So I'm just coming under the number 2 and under the crossbar at an angle, and they're going to get attached like that. Same thing with the other side. I'm coming under the number 2 and that crossbar at an angle, getting our zip ties prepped and ready to go. Grabbing one of my wings from the right pile so everything's facing the same way. And this is going to, see, everything's going to start layering and covering up the tops of the other ones. And I'm grabbing from my other pile. All right, this is what we have so far. All right, we're moving our way up and we are mirroring each side. And now we're coming onto the inside, the number 3. We're going to go connect it right here at that crossbar on the inside. So it's going to just go right around that crossbar and it will be at the inside there. So you're grabbing from the right pile and we're placing right there. And of course we will be mirroring the other side. That way we have it nice and looking the same on both sides. And I'm on that crossbar on the inside. All right, so this is what we have so far. And now we're going to move up into this next section. We're going to do one on each of the bars, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do 1 and 3, and then the middle one last. So let's get all of those preloaded on both sides. The right ones that are going the same direction. And we're going to go up about 1 inch from the crossbar. And we'll just have the top of this one petal about staggered about like so. And we can always adjust these as we go along. And then I will be doing the number 3, the inside. And we'll get those secured on, and then we'll add our center one. So we added the one on the one outside and the inside, the number 1, the number 3, and now we'll add it in the center here. And we will mirror that other side. Grabbing our pieces from our other side. And adding that center one. And if you need to adjust them, you can move them up and down. You just want to make sure that we mirrored that other side. And this is what we have so far. Our angel wings are starting to take form here. And by spreading them, that heart wreaths, we have this nice little gap in the middle. All right, we're moving our way up our heart frame here. And now we're coming around this upper part, and now we're going to do one on the number 1 and one on the number 2 bar on each side. And we'll come up a couple inches from the other one. Making sure we're grabbing the right petals that are facing the right direction from each of our piles. And we're mirroring the other side. Making sure they're even. All right, we are working our way up our frame, and this is looking so pretty as we're getting everything filled in. And look at those beautiful curves with our wings. And that is why we did what we did when we prepped all those petals to get that nice edge on each side, because it really makes a difference in your wreath here. All those little touches go a long ways. So before we go any further, we're going to make a hanger, and we're going to just use a pipe cleaner, and we're going to connect it around those crossbars. We could do something like that, or we could just do a pipe cleaner around that crossbar. Something like that. And that way we have a hanger when it's time to hang this up, and it stays nice and straight because we have it on those crossbars. Because if you tried to hang it on there, it would be cattywampus there. Okay, so we're back to we're moving our way up, and now we're gonna do exactly what we did with these two. We're going to place them on the 1 and 2. And now I have my zip ties preloaded, 2 and 2, and we're going to add them on the same bars that we just did prior, the 1 and 2. We're moving our way up. Our wreath frame and our angel wings are starting to take shape. And whatever we do on one side, we grab our angel wings from the other pile, and we do the same thing on the other side. And we just added the 2 more on top of the other ones, and we did the same thing on the 1 and the 2. And we are making our way up this wreath frame using our petals, and we are getting there. All right, so now we're coming up our wreath form, and now we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And just like we did earlier when we did the 3, we're going to do the outsides first and then the inside. Coming up around this top curve, and we're doing our outsides and our inside first. And now instead of angling it down, we're going to try to angle it out to transition our wings here. And we'll do the inside. So we're doing our outsides. And then we'll do our center. You just gotta watch, this mesh likes to stick on itself. So we've done our 2 outsides. And our center. And now we're making that transition, and we're going to mirror the other side. So now we're down to our last 3 on each side, and I'm just going to turn it this way. So we're going to do 3 on each side, and for the last 3, this one, I'm going to come under that crossbar and the number 1 bar. It's like this. And it's going to be at a little angle like that. And just like we've done the other ones, we're going to do the 2 outsides and then the middle. And this one's going to go right around here. And the very last one on this side is going to go on that middle bar. And now we'll just tighten those down. And we've completed our 18 wings on the left side. And now let's finish the ones on the right side. And we have our very last 3. So we're going to angle this one under the number 1 and the crossbar. See, I have it just like this at an angle. And this one is going to go on the number 3 bar. very last one. And you always want to make sure you're placing it with that finished edge showing. That's why we did those finished edges on the left and right, and this really, it's those little details that make a huge difference when you're making this wreath. And this one's going on the center. And we have completed all of our wings, and you can just move your petals around, get them laying the way that you want. So we've added our 36 petals, 18 on each side, with those beautiful finished edges popping out at us, and that is what I was talking about. Look at the difference in that little detail, what that makes in this wreath. I mean, you just see finished edge all on the right, finished edge all on the left. And if you didn't do it like that, you're going to have petals with that unfinished edge showing, and it just makes a world of difference doing those little details. So now we're going to have some fun and embellishing our angel wing wreath. So at this point, you can embellish it however you want. You can use flowers that are meaningful to you. I wanted to use, I've been playing around. Sometimes this part takes me a little bit to decide how I want to do it, but I've been playing around. I love hydrangeas. They're one of my favorite flowers. So I wanted to show you some different options. If you want to switch it up, I do want to use some lamb's ear, which I have here. And I also want to add these little flowers as well. And then we'll probably add some baby's breath in there as well. But that's kind of the base of what I have so far. And now we're going to get everything secured. You're going to use the wreath frame to zip tie your floral stems to. You're going to use hot glue, however you want to do this, but now we're going to get ready to embellish the center. And I finished my embellishments with some different florals, hydrangea, some baby's breath, lamb's ear, and you're just going to have fun with your center. You can even do a big bow. You can do a picture if this is a memorial for a loved one. You're just going to bring out your inner crafter and have fun with this part. And I hope that you had fun crafting your angel wings with me today, and that you'll come back to my channel and craft with me some more. In the description box down below, you will find the link to my Amazon store where I list all my favorite crafting supplies that I use in my tutorials. And please subscribe to my channel, ring that bell, and you'll receive notifications when I release new tutorials. And please leave me a comment. This really helps me and my channel. YouTube will push my content out to more people. Thanks for watching, Hollie Hobbies. From my heart to yours. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me for more wreath and crafting ideas. Thanks for watching, Hollie Hobbies. From my heart to yours.